Hey, it's Jamie Scott with Third Power here. Today we're taking a look at Patick Matera from Katy Perry's guitar rig. And what Patick has going is an American Dream. And on the American Dream you've got a 62 brown face deluxe inspired channel here. It's going to give you a real nice mid-range bark, but it's going to keep it clean. When you roll back the volume on your guitar, it really goes into a nice chime thing. When you lean it forward, it sounds maybe a little blues breakery and a little more rock and roll. So it covers some of the older Katy Perry catalog. On the newer stuff, he's going to need a very clean pop signal. It's just super clean, lots of headroom, big low end, big chimey high end, and he's getting that out of the second channel, which is kind of inspired by a 65 Blackface Deluxe. Together, those two channels cover the bases for him. He's got a couple of pedals that he steps on to get a little bit of the crunch that he needs, but these two channels take him on the complete ride that he has to go for with Katy Perry. He runs that through a 212 switchback cabinet. The switchback is basically two triangle chambers that we have the baffle board separating the two diagonal, creating two triangle chambers. And what we've got loaded in chamber 1 is a Alnico Gold by Celestion. And on chamber 2 we have a vintage 30. The reason I chose these speakers for Patick is for that pop chime. He's got a really kind of cut and sound modern, fresh guitar tones. There's only one speaker in the world that's going to do that, and I've heard them all, and that's the Celestion Alnico Gold. For his older rock catalog on the Katy Perry side, he definitely has to get very rock and roll, and so we have a vintage 30 over here. And when he wants to do that, the sound guy has a mic on both speakers, and he's just choosing what flavor he needs to have happen there. That's not to say that the Alnico Gold doesn't rock, which it does, but the vintage 30 gives it a very authentic rock sound. The difference between the two, Alnico Gold is an Alnico magnet, very chimey, very compressed sounding, just an excellent sounding speaker. The vintage 30 is a ceramic speaker, and that's very rock and roll, very punchy, almost like a high output kind of thing. Excellent sounding combination for the two. Let's take a look at the switchback cabinet. So taking a look at the back of the switchback 212 cabinet, you can see that we have obviously this chamber open and this one closed, but I'll take the lid off and show you what's happening. This is what the switchback functionality is, and what it's all about is letting you choose your open back and close back. What we do for Patick's setup is we run an Alnico Gold, which is over here, and a vintage 30 again, which is over here. And what we do is we run the Alnico Gold open. It's kind of like Vox AC30 combo is an open back combo. So we go ahead and run that Alnico speaker in an open back configuration. Get a great open back sound. Conversely, like a Marshall 412 is a closed back cabinet. So we run that vintage 30. In this case, we're configuring it to run closed back. Gives it a real nice punch. So that's how we run Katy Perry's guitarist Patick Matera. That's how we designed his rig. Other guitar players, you may find yourself wanting to run open or closed back, and sometimes deciding on which side to run open or closed might depend on what side of the stage you set up on. If you're playing a gig with a bad set of monitors, which is typically a lot of the smaller club gigs, simply open the side that's closest to the drummer. Now he's got a fighting chance to hear your cues, and the band will sound tighter.